Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the Fall Podcast. This is episode 4, and this is really just finding grief during the holiday season. Right now, there are so many people like me struggling during the holiday season, trying to find ways to enjoy the holidays, find Christmas spirit. So this episode is for us. And I just really want to create a safe space where we can just grieve together. I really want to start with, I'm just remembering like how my Fafa really honored the holiday season. A few things come to mind as she loved decorating. She loved cooking. So coming into the house, like the smell of the food, her making sweet potato pie, me making her make one for myself and hide it from the family. But Christmas decorations, Christmas memory that I remember is just her helping wrap gifts and help put them under the tree with my aunt. Calling everyone, making sure that we were all coming over for Christmas, even asking me to spend the night on Christmas Eve. But I just, remember a lot of just the moments that we shared. And, it's natural to feel like you want one more with your loved one. But there are ways that, you can still enjoy the holiday season and think of them during this time. So, right now, Christmas does feel empty without her. The whole family feels it. We don't really have the Christmas spirit right now, but we are trying to make the most of it. Last year was technically the first year without her, but it was so close to her passing that we didn't realize how empty it felt. So now we're a year later, and Thanksgiving, it felt very just empty. My cousin called me over. I had a lot of places to go, but, I didn't know if I wanted to be around people. And I went to my cousin's house. I drove to the IE, and it was just her by herself. She cooked, and we just enjoyed each other's company. She's also grieving. She lost her father some years ago, and she deals with grief a lot as well. So we were able to just bond together over food, and it was just very intimate, and it was something that I really needed. I wasn't going to go, but I'm happy that I did. And so, just for Christmas, I'm knowing that I'm going to feel lonely. I'm knowing that I'm going to feel sad. So I'm planning to take myself somewhere out of the state. Not sure where I want to go yet, but I plan to do something that helps uplift my Christmas spirit, because I know she would want me to. This was her favorite holiday. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that if you do have family or friends, try not to be alone, because it does feel more lonelier when you are by yourself. If you can take a trip somewhere, if you can do something fun, if you want to just drive by Christmas decorated houses, I do that often, and get some hot chocolate and just do like a drive by through, it's called Sleepy Hollow in Torrance. And it's real peaceful. And, Christmas is about love and the time spent. It's not about Christmas gifts. So I think for me, it's just allowing her love to show up during this Christmas time and get better at dealing with the holidays to come. So, everyone, the holidays are feeling different. You're feeling sad, angry, it feels heavy. And social media makes it a lot louder, because you see people posting with their families, what they're buying their kids. And sometimes you might need a break from social media. Sometimes it is difficult to just watch people enjoying the holidays, and you're not quite there, and that's okay. You can take a break from social media. It's the pressure of having to feel or be, thankful or grateful during the holiday season. I struggle with that. Like, I'm grateful, that's why I wanted to wear this gratitude shirt. This is by an artist, J Taj. This is his clothing line, because in the midst of grief, I'm grateful that I was able to spend 35 Christmases with Fafa, that I was able to be with her during her last moments. So even though, I read something where it says gratitude is a form of survival, but it's not excitement. And it's because, like, I'm grateful that I was able to push forward and I get to see another day and I get to try to be better, but it doesn't really feel like excitement. I'm not there yet. But I'm thankful for what I have while grieving what I lost. And I think that's really important. You might be on a different path in your journey, but trying to wake up every morning in gratitude really helps navigating just the grief and just the heaviness that you'll feel, because it comes in waves. You could be in the car and you don't have to feel pressure just being around people. You could be, at a company holiday party. You could be out with friends. You could be on a date. You could be, at a bar, at a restaurant, and you could just feel the heaviness or feel the sadness. A song can come on, and it's okay to have those moments during the holiday. I think we need to hear more of people telling us it's okay to feel what we feel, and don't try to block it or turn it into something. Like, whatever you're feeling, it's natural. And it's a part of the process. So just try to remember that there will be a time where you will get through the other side of it. It will never be okay, but you will feel a lot lighter. And you just being grateful for still standing and just being able to just see another day. And I'm thankful and grateful that I'm here today. For me, what peace looks like. Peace looks like doing something for myself. I don't care what it is. A facial, massage, going to a movie, a concert by myself. Traveling is like so fun for me, and it makes me feel a little bit less sad, I guess. A little less sad, I'll say that, is when I get to an airport, roll my suitcase in there, and I know I'm getting ready to fly somewhere and enjoy a different type of food and stay in a hotel and, watch movies. What I just did recently, Stranger Things released the final episodes for season 5, 4 episodes. And I rented a room, booked a room, stayed. I bought the pajamas, I bought pizza, and I just stayed in and watched the shows. And it was 4 hours of Stranger Things. But that's what peace looks like for me. It's just being by myself, doing things that I love to do. Not things that I have to do for others, but things that I enjoy. Right now I haven't been drinking. And so I've been connecting more with myself, like finding out things that I really like to do. And I also noticing that some people that I thought were fun are not as fun without alcohol. You could go to a bar and not drink and everybody's annoying. I just did that. I was like, oh, I got to get out of here. I'm too sober. But, I enjoy just being able to not have to rely on certain things to feel a sense of, happiness. Like trying to just be, grateful and in the moment of just where I am without any, expectations or pressures from people, pressures from family, from work, from friends. Like, I do what I want, when I want, and how I want. And like, that's really important to me. And it makes everything that I do just more impactful. Right now I'm in the stages of writing a book, and the book is centered around just me navigating grief, but it's really for you. It's really, for you to have a book that can just be relatable. There's a workbook attached to it that will show you, like if you're a writer, you might just want to write down your feelings. So this book is very important to me. I'm going to release it early spring. And that's the thing. I wanted to release it right away. Like, why can't I just release this at the top of the year? And then I was thinking, like, why am I rushing to put something out that means so much to me? Doesn't matter how long it takes me. Once I write it and complete it, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be something great that I feel that I've accomplished. So it doesn't matter when I do that. But, for anybody that's listening, like, you might have thought about writing a book. there's so many people that, might want to write a book. And you should. If you're a writer or you like putting your feelings down on paper, you should do something like that and see if that's a way that you want to navigate like what you're feeling. It's through writing. There's a few things that people have asked me recently. Supporting people while grieving, what to say and what not to say. And I think this is important because people are trying to do or say the right thing and they just don't know what or how to say it. And it's nothing wrong. They're not sure. They haven't experienced a traumatic loss yet, so they don't know exactly what to say, but I'm here to help. So a few things that you just want to avoid. Do not say they would not want you to be sad. Grief is love. It is not disobedient. They are not going to be in trouble for feeling sad. So try to avoid that, please. Everything happens for a reason. It's not helpful. It's not comforting. Try to enjoy the holidays. That's not how grief works. You cannot just enjoy something without a person that you love that is no longer here. You're so strong. And I hear that a lot, but strong people are tired. We don't want to be strong all the time. It's nice that you acknowledge that. We know that, we're navigating being strong through it, but that is not something that we want to hear. It's been a while now. That's very insensitive. Grief has no timeline. I can grieve the rest of my life, especially if the person, meant so much to you. Please don't tell them that. Let me know if you need anything. Now, I know you're going to say, well, what's wrong about that? I get that a lot. Let me know if you need anything, T. Let me know if you need anything, Terrii. And it sounds nice, but it feels really empty. Like there's nothing specific in it. It's just, let me know if you need anything. I don't know what I need in the moment. It's just not something that makes me feel warm or makes me feel like you are there for me. But, don't avoid them because you don't know what to say. That's a really big thing. A lot of people try to stay away or create a little distance when someone's grieving because they don't know what to say. Silence hurts a little bit more than the awkwardness. So even if it feels a little awkward or you don't really know what to say, just still staying close to the person that's grieving during the holidays, that's what we need. But I will tell you some things to say that can help because I gave you what not to say. I'm thinking of you today. You don't have to be okay. Do you want company or do you want space? That's a great one because you allow the person to answer. So you allow me to say yes or no instead of let me know if you need anything. It's do you want company or do you want space? It's very specific. I'm here, no expectations. It's okay if you come and leave early. That is huge. I get invited to so many things and I want to show up. I want to be there, but sometimes emotionally I don't want to be there. So if you're having something and you invite me and just letting me know that I can come or I could leave early, like that makes me feel like, hey, I don't have to feel this anxiety of wanting to sneak out in the back when I'm ready to go. So that and I didn't forget you. I know how this might feel for you during this time. And that could be, during any holiday time, during the loved one's birthday, a death date. That's important for, the people that we love or care around us to not forget that we are grieving every day. And it's just a way to just show up for people when they don't even know what they need. So I just really want to encourage people that are struggling right now during the holidays. Right now, I'm struggling. It's super rough. Hold on. Let me get this issue. But yeah, I'm done with the cards. It's super rough because Fafa is the matriarch of the family. And without the matriarch of the family, everyone feels a little lost. And right now, I'm just noticing that I have to kind of find my own traditions and do things that, make me happy, or things that she would make me happy. And that's what I'm going to do. Surround myself with good friends and good people. And work has been good. I've kind of found my way back into work. I found like my niche into why I'm doing what I'm doing at work, and a sense of like purpose. I'm excited about writing a book that's kind of taken like the heaviness off. I plan to write during the holiday break. We have a couple weeks off. But I just want you to know I'm struggling too. We're all struggling, and it's just one day at a time. I know so many people that have recently lost someone, and this is the first year without them. And I really don't know to tell you how to feel. I just would encourage you to feel what you're feeling. I understand. I understand how heavy you may feel. I understand how angry you may feel. Not having the person, with you that was maybe taken from you, maybe taken a little too early. But try to find a way to enjoy Christmas. Think about maybe playing some Christmas music, maybe taking a trip, maybe a spa, maybe a staycation somewhere. And if you can't even do that, don't want to do that, just try to, take care of yourself. Right now, I think for me, this is like the end of the year almost. We only got a couple weeks left. This is how I look at it. We only have a couple weeks left. What do you want 2026 to look like for you? How does your grief look? Right now, I hope these episodes have kind of given you a sense of like navigation, or, a person that's relatable. If you have questions, or you want to ask me something about like how I showed up in this moment, or what do I do when I'm feeling this kind of way, like I'm here. I definitely want to be an advocate for speaking out and expressing how you're feeling. I'm trying to prepare myself for next year emotionally. It's a new year, another year without a person that I love, and I miss every day, all day. But I think for me, what helps me is planning. I'm planning my birthday, which is in April. I am just focused on doing things to make myself happy. And that's really it. It's one day at a time. That's it. And I just really want to encourage people to love on yourself. You matter. Reach out to people. Your support system is very important. Who you surround yourself with is very important. There's people that will water you. Those are the people you want to keep around. There are people that will just take from you, and you don't need that, especially during the times that you have heavy moments. You need genuine, authentic people that love you unconditionally with no conditions. And that's who Fafa was. She was an unconditional love. And I don't think, I don't want to just speak that over myself, but I hope that I will find that one more time, because you really don't get that more than once. So, yeah. But Merry Christmas. And I hope you all have a peaceful and relaxing, holiday. And I'll be thinking of all of you. I'm out.